Melissa Jefferson-Wooden and Sha'Carri Richardson. They both pulled up to the Diamond League in Brussels for their final regular season meeting and ran the 100-meter dash. And the way that race ended, I've got to be honest, even though it kind of went the way I expected, it still left me very confused. Because I don't just watch these races, I try to understand what actually happened. So allow me to set the stage, because this one, this was different. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, by now you should already know, is the fastest woman in the world this year on the clock, and it's really not all that close. She's dominated so consistently that it's hard to understand how a person could do it, because nobody else is running on this level. I mean, there was a time when it was Melissa Jefferson-Wooden versus Julian Alfred. Like, that time happened in 2025. But that time's passed. Now, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden is clearly the front runner heading into the World Championship meet. Don't get me wrong, Julian Alfred could beat her, but that's what I just said. She could. I'm not entirely sure that it's fair anymore to say that they are neck and neck. But hey, this race explains why. Because Sha'Carri Richardson was on the starting line alongside Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Daryl Nita. Like, hey, a very legitimate field. We've got people who've been in world finals, people who've won a whole bunch of medals, specifically when we look at Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. But when the gun goes off, Melissa Jefferson-Wooden does what she does. I don't know why I expect the races to go anything different. Like, I kind of wait for the field to start catching up with her as the season goes, but they don't. She goes 10.7 seconds again. I believe this one was 10.76. It was into a slight minus headwind. Again, I'm going off of memory here as far as the results go. She makes it look easy. Like 10.7. That is a clock that very few women in the world can run. When I say can run, I mean like run it under any conditions. Much less do it into a slight minus. And like do it consistently. She has now run 10.7 and 10.6 multiple times off head. Like, this is me saying it off of just straight memory. And this is all within the last 3 months. So yes, she blew away the field. And then you got to know what happened after it. Because Sha'Carri Richardson actually gets second place. And I say actually because it's the first time we've seen her go that competitively. Like, against a field of people who, we know are legitimate pros this entire season. Like, hey, the start, like when I was looking at her versus the rest of the field, like about halfway through the race, I was like, okay, let's see Sha'Carri make a move. And she did. And she pulled away cleanly enough to get second. But then we see the clocks. And Sha'Carri Richardson only ran 11.08 seconds. I am not making any of this up. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden just beat the entire field by 0.3 of a second. And if I were to tell you that Sha'Carri Richardson was going to run 11.08 seconds at a Diamond League meet in Brussels, and that Melissa Jefferson-Wooden was going to go 10.76, you would just assume, because I know I would, that Sha'Carri Richardson would not be in second place. Probably not even in third, maybe not even in fourth. Especially not with the races we witnessed in the last month on the Diamond League circuit. You can throw Hungary in, like, hey, it is what it is. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce actually got fourth, and Daryl Nita got third. Both of them ran slower than 11.1. And then you had the rest of the field. I mean, hey, no disrespect to them, but I'm just going to keep the focus on the front. Because if this is what we're doing at this moment, heading towards the World Championships, because the Diamond League final is coming, but I honestly have no idea who we expect to see in it. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, and if you really want to know what's going on with the fastest athletes in the world, then you are in the right place. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden has very little to gain from actually running in that final. I mean, she doesn't really need the race. It's clear that at this point she needs to just show up to the Worlds and get to the one race that actually matters, which is the final, and win it. That is all that's left for her to do in the 100 this year for her season. I mean, hey, no shade, just being honest. I mean, somebody could take her out, but they better figure out how to be somebody that they've likely never been before. Unless you're on a very short list of women who have done it in the past, but they have not shown us any evidence it's going to happen in 2025. And then when you look down at the rest of the field and see that Sha'Carri Richardson is in the second place spot, does this mean that even if she's not necessarily a real threat for gold right now, that she's a threat to beat almost everybody else who's not named Julian Alfred? I mean, I was inclined to say that might be true until I saw the clocks. Because if the clock was like 1091 or even 1088, something in that range, then yes, I would have assumed that she's back. But when the clock says 11.08, which really just slides right in with everything else Sha'Carri has been doing this season. I mean, granted, win factor is all that you account for, but more or less it's the same quality of race as what we've gotten in the last 2 or so. If that is true, then what do we make of it? Because she did go out and beat the people who were there. I mean, that actually happened. But at the same time, the clock that she has to work with this season does not give us great confidence. The World Championship meet and the Diamond League final are the 2 next things that we're going to see. And like I've said before, I'll just reiterate, the Diamond League final might as well be a toss-up because we don't know who's actually going to be on the line. And even if they do show up, we don't know what they're running for. The people who are going to have to run the Diamond League final with the most level of conviction, the ones who will actually take it seriously, are either A, going to be athletes who know that they're not going to be at the Worlds, so this is the biggest race they have left on their season, like in their schedule. Or you're an athlete who's maybe running for some form of a wild card, so performing at the Diamond League final might get you into the Worlds. And I haven't looked into the details about who that might apply to. Anybody else, it's just a race. And I guess you could call it a tune-up race or, a high leverage competition race. Like, there's a bunch of ways we could describe it. But at the end of the day, that's just what it is. And the World Championships are all about getting to the final. Which brings me now to the final part of this conversation. When it comes to Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, there's no reason to believe that there's anyone who can stop her from getting to the final. And there's also no reason to believe that anyone can stop her from getting on the podium. Julian Alfred might be able to stop her from getting gold, from what we can see in 2025, and then there's a short list of women, whose names you might recognize, who maybe, if they found their best form ever, could stop this version of Melissa Jefferson-Wooden. Like, that's what she's dealing with. When it comes to the rest of the medals, like if you move off of Melissa and Julian, bronze is a toss-up. That is exactly what this race taught me. Because we don't know who's going to do what, how fast they're going to go, what order it's going to finish, and any number of athletes could either end up not in the final or competing for bronze, and Sha'Carri Richardson is in that group. But for now, the Diamond League 100 meter in Brussels is all we have to go off of, where Melissa Jefferson-Wooden did what she does again. And even though she brought Sha'Carri Richardson with her to the top of the leaderboards, it didn't end at all how we thought it would. In the sport of track and field, confidence is everything, because when you win, that is just the moment when everybody else finds out what you already knew to be true, that fast is a lifestyle. Get your Fast is a Lifestyle track and field gear at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.